I'm going to Mexico. One month in Tulum. Luckily, with this COVID shit going on, the world is crazy. We're all stuck in the house. I am fortunate enough to work a job that is remote. So I decided that I was gonna go. Not decided, I've always wanted this. So there was a very big bucket list item of mine to have an extended trip somewhere. I worked really hard to get a job where I could work remotely, and in the year 2019 is when I got the job. And for that year, I wanted to take my time, get acclimated with the work, making sure that I could handle it at home, and also gear myself up to be able to handle it when I work remotely. The plan was to work my way through 2019, get acclimated, and then for the year 2020, I was gonna take a little bit more trips. 2019, I took some very dope trips. I went back to Thailand in April. October, I went to London. December, I went to Singapore on business. The week after was my birthday. So I went from Singapore to Vietnam for a week, had an amazing time. That year was great as far as travel and trips. You know, for anybody that knows me, you know I love travel so much, and you know that all those trips that I was able to fit into 1 year just had me on top of the world. So in comes 2020. At the top of the year, we start hearing, well, at the end of 2019 actually, we heard about COVID. Boom, boom, boom. Sucks, right? I knew that before offices and everything kind of got back to normal, I wanted to take advantage of my blessings and my circumstances and go somewhere and work remotely. Basically just go and shelter in place somewhere that was not my home. Wanted to be safe about it, wanted to be responsible, because I know I don't want to encourage people to take what's going on in the world lightly. Too bright, I don't know, but I fucking look amazing.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Anyway, I started searching around for places in the world that I could go to. I was really just looking at what places were gonna open up their borders, right? So like, you know, my plan is not to go and treat this like a vacation, go and treat it like, I mean, of course it's gonna be a big adventure, but this is not gonna be the same type of travel that I would do if I was to be going in a more open, safer time period, right? I was just looking like, okay, what places, where are there places in the world that A, are opening up soon, and where could I go sometime the end of June or beginning mid-July? At first I heard that Portugal was going to be opening, but then got the devastating news that because us Americans have been handling this COVID situation rather poorly, borders weren't opening up to international American citizens. Eventually landed on Mexico. So I, doing some research, seeing that some parts of Mexico were open, and I have a good friend that lives in Tulum, so I use them as a point of reference to kind of run some ideas by, see how things are going. And so there were some other countries that I kind of did some research in that I was wanting to go to. So what I started doing is hit up a couple of hostels, like places that specifically had private rooms, and sent a couple, to various hostels in different cities and different countries. Didn't hear back from anybody, but I did hear back from a place in Tulum that they're open. I don't even know if I should be saying this. Anyway, they were actually the only ones to respond to me to tell me that they were open. So I'm like, okay, plan is in motion. I think I'm gonna do it. So yeah, bought my tickets, really excited, started getting everything ready. I wanted to start this travel vlog, bought this camera, bought a couple of lenses, got a 360 camera, all the equipment that I think that I would need, but that was compact enough that it wasn't gonna take too much of my backpack up. And here we are. But so then this almost didn't happen, or it almost had to get pushed back. So I did have to cancel the original flight that I bought because of a family situation. Luckily, things with that are a little bit better, and I'm able to still go. So I found out one day ago, I guess it won't matter, but I found out yesterday that the situation with my family would be okay for the time being. And then I'm like, okay, well, I still have the window for me to go to Mexico is still open. So even though I canceled my flight, I still have a credit with the airline. Let me just hop online to see if my original flight is open. Luckily it was. So I just bought it on a whim. Well, not really on a whim, but I bought it and booked my private room in the hostel again, was able to still get a room, thank God, and I'll be on my way. In 2 days, today is Wednesday, I fly out Friday morning at 6 a.m. Really, 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 really excited. I cannot wait. This whole vlogging thing is very new to me as well. So I'm also going to use my more slow roll of a trip as more of this, this learning experience. I don't want to try to fit too much into this month where I'm just like shooting all the time and having to edit a bunch of crazy shit. Like I want to take my time with it to make sure everything is tip-top shape. I cannot wait to see what the product of these vlogs, these videos that I'm doing. I'm really excited for you all to experience it with me as well. But yeah, I'm really excited. I love tropical stuff. I love beaches, I love hot weather, I thrive in it, I thrive in it so much. So I'm very excited to get out and experience Mexico. And I'm looking for those tacos. I mean, if you don't know, I love tacos. Can you see it? Yeah, I have a taco tattooed right here. Yeah, I have pants on. I don't want you guys to think I have no undies on. But I'm ready to take the world on one.